Hello there, Jose Rodriguez here. As you can see, I am standing in front of my P800 from Epson. I have printed a couple of images. I have two more here that I printed, and these came from Mike Vines. These are the two from Mike Vines in color. The previous ones that I showed on video were black and whites. I have one by Rubber Grammar, which I believe is the one of the B, and I will show you that shortly. And then I have one taken apparently down in Florida. This is the Harry Potter section of Universal Studio apparently. That was by Tyson Shettig, Schettittig. At any rate, I want to show you a functionality that a lot of people just basically miss. Now, often on the Mac driver, you will not see the option for roll feed using banner mode on a Mac driver. Apparently, that's what I have been told. But nevertheless, just put it on roll feed. And this is independent of your driver anyway. So once you have basically finished printing your photos one after the other, you will be presented with either the no cut or the cut. If you hit no cut, it will just remain where it's at, and you will be able to load up another image. In fact, right now, I can just load up another image, spool it, and it will continue printing, leaving the correct size gap. But I want to cut this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press, you see, no cut and cut. I'm going to go ahead and press that. It's going to go ahead and advance it over and give me access to the cut line. Now I can either use a pair of scissors or a razor blade, whatever is easier. I'll go ahead and use the scissors. That's the only thing that this paper roll adapter is really lacking, that is an automatic cutter. But nevertheless, this is not that difficult to do. Stay on the line and proceed to just cut off your brand new pair of prints. Boom, we are done. So I will put these aside for now. I'll trim them on my Rototrim rotary cutter trimmer. Now what we do is, what do? And people were complaining that they would have to retract this, and then of course then have to reload it. And this edge here is not perfectly 90 degrees because I went ahead and cut it by hand. Well, there's no need to do that. As you can see right here very clearly, it says cut paper using scissors or cutter. And then it says finished. When you hit finished, it will just adjust the paper position. Please wait. It'll retract it and get it ready for the next print. And that is all you have to do. There's no need to eject anything. See right here it says cut eject. So just do not rely on the driver on the computer, whether it's Mac or Windows. Rely on this for your advance, your cut, and then your proceed, so that it retracts the paper to the correct position so that you can continue printing. And that is all you have to do. All right, next I'm going to show you the prints that we just went ahead and prepared, and then I will do a little discussion on each one. So we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, let me quickly trim these prints. We want to have pretty much equal borders all the way around. So I'm just going to eyeball them, get them ready to show to you guys. Okay, we'll go ahead and begin with Mike Vine's two color images done on my Epson matte paper that I bought in roll form just a few days ago. This was not a very high resolution image. I applied the output sharpening in Q image. Basically did nothing but set a white point and black point using the exposure button on the Q image editing interface, and boom, printed it, and that is it. I applied the profile for the paper from Epson. I'm using Precision Colors inks, and as you can see, we got a very, very good result. This pretty much matches what I saw on the monitor, and it's very nice. It's a beautiful scene. I wish I was there. Quite nice, quite nice. So as you can see, the rendition on the P800 using Precision Colors inks, and I am so upset that, of course, we cannot continue to do so because no one has solved the cartridge resetting problem yet. So we'll just have to revert to OEM, and that's going to cost us a bit more. Here's a nice fall shot also by Mike Vines. Again, the same application was done in QImage, and as you can see, it's a very nice rendition. The blacks are very deep. Again, I just used the exposure setting to create a white and black point, and just basically stretch the dynamic range of the image so that it is filling up the histogram completely. Sort of like an equalization type setup, and that's just going to stretch out the tonality so that your blackest point is black and your whitest point is white, or just under. Here is a shot by Robert Gramer or Grammer. Robert Grammer or Gramer, maybe. We will know. Anyway, it is a beautiful shot of a bee, as you can see. And unfortunately, my fault, it got cropped when I printed it out. But I applied some sharpening, and he was wondering whether the sharpening algorithm from the QImage would improve the sharpness the original already had, and of course it did. I had to, of course, enlarge it quite a bit, so it did a lot of upressing, and it is very, very sharp. Every little hair on that bee, it is visible. Every little cell on the wings is visible. So very nice job shooting this. Excellent. The fuzz on the stem of this particular type of plant, every little hair is visible and clearly depicted. Nice job, P800. Shot it out of the ballpark once again. Here is Tyson Shettick picture. This was actually quite dark, and what I did was a trick in QImage. They have a fill adjustment, just raises your shadow density without affecting anything else, and I was able to bring detail where practically no detail was basically on the image. So as you can see, I opened up all of this area here as if I was using fill flash. So that turned out beautiful. Nice color here. This is a very overcast day. This is all very on purpose kind of drab colors, and you can see every bit of detail on the wings of this dragon, and the chain around the dragon's neck is again beautifully depicted. So that is it. I just did a set of 4. I wanted to show you at the beginning how to use the roll adapter so that you can continually print, cut, retract, and then the adapter will position the paper just where it needs to be so that you can continue printing and printing and printing. Now, the next video I will probably be discussing some do's and don'ts again, and then we'll hit some more user photographs. I have another set from one that I downloaded from a site, and then one that I received from a user via Dropbox, and that is awesome. Keep sending them. Keep contacting me and tell me either your Dropbox or I will give you my Dropbox, and then we can share images. If you want to see some of mine, any of the ones that I have shown in the past, feel free to ask me for them and I will share them with you. All right, so that is it for now. Thank you once again. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And until the next time, happy printing, everybody. Bye-bye.